we can get going. So hello, GNet members. Welcome to our GNet Connect workshop. Today's topic is practical AI for ground transportation. If you don't know me, I'm Yasmin Zafar. I'm the Director of Marketing, and today I'm joined by our fabulous team. They're here to answer any of your questions, and our CTO, Reza, is going to lead the session. So before we get started, I just wanted to say to look around you. You know, AI isn't some futuristic concept in a sci-fi movie. It's here, and it's already changing how we all do business. From the smartphone that's in your pocket to the GPS in your vehicle, artificial intelligence is working behind the scenes. But today, we're not here just to talk about what's coming. We're here to show you what you can do right now to work smarter, not harder. And in this session, Reza will help us explore how AI can become your new co-pilot. Before we dive in, you might want to think about how many of you have already experimented with AI tools like ChatGPT in your personal or professional life. Maybe another question you might have is, what is one task in your daily operations that you wish you could automate? So let's dive in and learn how to put AI to work for your business. Reza, let's start the session.
Right. Okay. I don't want to repeat again. Hello, Reza again. So today we're gonna have some conversation about AI. We don't want to be one conversation. We're gonna open up questions. Please come to my rescue. So I prepared a presentation. Let's talk with through my presentation. Give me a second. 1 second. Share my screen. Entire screen. Share. Do you guys see my screen?
Yes.
All right. Do here. Here you go. So what is the today's state? So where we are today in terms of the AI. So today we, as you know, that there are lots of chat GPTs or like chat agents regarding like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, right? These are some of the prominent US-based AI agents, and then we have DeepSeek and other agent in China-based, and even there are like good models they trained in Dubai as well as the France. But these are some of these they call frontier models. So these are like, and as of like in GPT-4, they compare the IQ of a GPT-4 to human. It was ranged between 100 and 240. Now the ChatGPT and then 5 and Cloud, they are ranging between 120 to 140. So they are saying that the skill set of these new frontier models are between, again, PhD level in mathematics, physics, chemistry, medical, and medicine, right? So they're getting smarter every day. So then, so that's a reality. I think you guys are using this. Everybody is using that. I don't believe that somebody is not using it. So now we are adopting this new market. We are using AI to help us, meaning that we are working with machine and AI. I mean, human to AI. They're helping each other to come up with better solutions, better products. So these models, especially like these frontier models, they work with a system called agentic model. So meaning that the agentic model is a mechanism that systems talk to each other. So yes, in let's say chat systems or image generations or other models, human interacts with AI, but the agentic model, AI talks to systems. They use their own languages. So therefore, this is going to be the future of the AI, meaning that AI talks to an agent. They are specialized in medicine, or they talk to an agent. They are accountant, or they're lawyers, right? So that's going to be like a future in next few years that they're going to do more kind of agentic model. So today, yeah, this is already today where we are, right? So the future, I would say, between 3 to maybe 5 to 10 years. So they are working toward to something called AGI, artificial general intelligence. So in this model, basically AGI model, the smartness of the AI is going to exceed the average human. So they are targeting to in like an Einstein level or Leonardo da Vinci level intelligence. So we are not there yet, but I would say maybe 3 to 5 years, they are aiming to have that AGI achieved. One of the problems of current models is called memory, because us as a human, we do our decision based on history, based on our background. Right now, the AI model doesn't have that much of a memory. So they are working on that. I think ChatGPT 6, they're going to increase that memory. So they're going to get lots of background about topics, right? And the next level is, I would say, between 5 to 10 years, called artificial superintelligence. So they are thinking that the IQ of these models are going to be 500, much superior than our humans' intelligence. And they're going to build this ASI through AGI, meaning that AGI is going to help to build the ASI. I don't think a human is going to be involved. Maybe it's going to involve, but eventually the AGI, this level 2, is going to help to build level 5, the ASI. It's a little bit scary, to be honest, but it can be either very good or very bad. So actually, there is one documentary in the BBC. Actually, there are some authors. I put a link here, and talks about the AGI. So ASI and AGI, both of them. And there are some concerns. So in terms of governments, they are trying to put some regulation. But the challenge is that, for example, in the US, if they put regulations and try to stop the advancements, they are thinking that, oh, maybe different governments, let's say China, they're going to come up better models. They're going to achieve AGI and ASI. Then this is on this race, they don't want to put any stop, and they want to, like, again, that's why they put like 1% of the GDP on the AI race. And as you know, that there are like big companies like Meta, OpenAI, Oracle, they building data centers. In fact, Meta is building data center as big as Manhattan. And I think they are building, and each data center requires 2 gigawatt of a power, right? So, and even Sam Altman says, hey, maybe we should not, the whole earth is we're gonna turn it to the like data center. We need to think about the space. So we move the data centers to the space, right? So that's like, sounds very crazy, right? Anyway, any question before I go to the next section?
Maybe I think the only comment I have, you said there was a documentary on BBC. Do you remember the name of the documentary in case anybody is interested in
Yeah,
looking?
I put the link here, so I'll put on the chat box as well. Maybe.
Perfect. Thank you.
So I'll put on the chat box as well. So
okay, thank you.
Okay, so any other question, comments? Again, there are lots of news. I don't want to go all the details. What is ASI? What is the AGI? So that's a good conversation. Actually, there is one blog post which I regularly watch called Moonshot. I'll put also
Moonshot.
Moonshot, yes. And there are like one professor from MIT and few. They invite the pioneers on this industry. They talk about the future, what's the implications, both good side and bad side. So it's very. I'll put the link as well. I'll share with my once we finish this, I'll share with all the findings. Right. So let's talk about our industry. So what is the impact of the AI in our industry, right? So I put a quote about like when first time introduced car, the transportation providers. They were using carriage, horse, blacksmiths, right? They got threatened, say, hey, when the car comes, they're gonna take us out of the business, right? So at that time, we had 21 million horses versus 8,000 cars, right? So then now it's a matter of adoption, right? So those they adopted, they become the winner. Those they were passive and says no, and they become out of business, right? So this situation happens here. So we need to be able to adopt the technology, not just the ground transportation, everybody. Again, my kids are students, right? So they are in different fields. They have to adapt with the technology. So, and it's changing really rapidly, right? So here is this some of the threats or some of the things that is going to impact us. One is the autonomous fleets, right? Autonomous vehicles and autonomous taxis, such as Waymo and robotaxis, right? These are coming. Even I heard that Uber is make a partnership with Lucid. They're gonna bring autonomous fleets as well, right? So again, similar to the back to 1900, we need to be able to adopt that technology, right? So I put this adoption in like a. So I put an example that, for example, UPS is partnering with Waymo to do like the autonomous delivery, right? So back to our industry, I think we should think about it. So, for example, we need to be able to transition, or drivers comes to the maybe back office, helping on dispatch, on marketing, rather than for the So I think we keep the human for complex routes, right? Maybe leave the autonomous fleets for very straightforward, maybe airport and airport pickups or drop-offs, right? And then I think we need to do, again, we need to be focused on customer service rather than operation. So the involvement of AI is getting more and more every day by introducing robotics or autonomous, right? So we need to, and maybe someday human is not going to work. When this ASI comes, maybe all the humans are either we like sit in a beach or enjoy our time, and then robots is going to make products, and then they're going to help us on any like a manufacturing, right? So the involvement of the machine and AI is getting more and more. So humans should focus on maybe on the management, productivity, marketing, more of a back office, not the day-to-day operations. Okay. So I think again, these are some of the strategy in terms of how do we adopt the new technology, especially when it comes to the autonomous driving. So again, we start migrating drivers to do fleet monitoring, drivers to customer service. So I think I touch base with that. So last but not least is the dispatchers, right? So as I mentioned that the new generation of the AI, they're increasing the memories. So as of, for example, now we cannot replace dispatchers, right? So dispatcher, everything's on their brain. They know all the drivers. They know the schedules. They know the customers. They know routes, right? They know the road condition. They know the weather, anything, right? So this is on their brain. And when, for example, reservation comes, they understand who is the customer, maybe who's the best driver to handle that, right? So maybe in, again, 5-10 years, this superintelligence, we can start utilizing that to create AI dispatchers, right? Like everything's on their brain of the AI, right? But we are not there yet. Any comments about like autonomous driving, Waymo, robotaxi?
I have a comment. I personally think that no matter how much anything is automated, the importance of human interaction especially in the transportation industry, is very important. So even if it is an autonomous vehicle, you still need someone to greet the passenger, bring them in, you know, have that interaction that's a little more personal and whatnot. Brian has raised his hand. Go ahead, Brian. Please go ahead, ask.
I think that might be right for the older generations, but I think the millennials are perfectly fine with no human interaction. I look at my nephews and it's all about texting and automation. I think when it comes to the millennials, they don't need any human interaction. That's why Uber and the self-driving cars, you won't find the older generations because they demand that, but the young generations, I think, are just perfectly fine with no human interaction.
I agree with you, but I find that so sad.
Yeah, actually,
Yeah.
the value I added here focus on the customer service and the providing right service. Absolutely right. Even the, let's say, maybe an old generation, we go to autonomous vehicle, and then we freak out. Hey, then maybe we need to call someone, say, hey, help me, right? But eventually, that someone is going to be robot again.
Does anyone else have anything to add to that conversation? No?
Okay, no, good.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so again, we put this one as a like more of a practical session. I'm gonna show some of the tools in terms of some of the tools are out of GNet, some of the tools are inside of the GNet. So how we utilize AI, right? So let me start with outside tools. Again, probably all of us today, we use some sort of AI, like maybe GPT or Claude or Gemini, right? So when I noticed that, it's important is to when we, for example, GPT, so we create projects. So I maybe have 10 projects, right? So one is Connect, for example. In this project, I provide content and context. So every time when I chat, start asking question, it goes and then reads about, for example, what is GNet? I provide introduction. Hey, what is GNet Connect is? And I uploaded some documents, some event presentations. Hey, because hey, when I chat, so he has a context saying, hey, what is GNet, right? So I use this to when I do marketing, I do try to reply a customer when I receive a contract. Anything like a rate sheet. So I go here and on this project and start chatting because it knows what is, for example, GNet or what is grid, for example, right? Well, I don't want to go every time create a new chat, start over, right? So
in other words, you save the chat, so it's got the historical data and it's an ongoing conversation rather than starting a conversation over and over again.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the more you tell it, the more it knows, and then the better it can respond.
Yeah. Maybe in your case, upload your terms of service, for example. Grab executive summary about yours. Upload maybe rate sheets. Upload your documents, permits. Create a project and give the context. Then when you start a new chat, then he has better understanding about your system. So, and all the, like again, frontier AI chat system, Claude and Gemini, and I don't know about DeepSeek, so they have this concept of project, right? I can maybe open this one. For example, yesterday we had an inquiry. Someone is asking about the API, and I just went here saying reply this customer, right? So I got this lead. So when you receive a lead, for example, say, hey, I want to reply to that. Then I don't want to go introduce what is GNet, what is no. So immediately, because it has a context, immediately provide the right context. And on that context, you can tell do's and don'ts. So that's a very important part as well, right? As well, maybe go here. For this session, I asked AI to come up with a email marketing campaign because we send this workshop like 5,000 emails. So I give a high level saying the high level of the session is AI help me come up with the like topics, and then I start chatting. And even I ask AI to come up with the graphics. say I need a minimalistic graphics, and then it comes with the graphics. So I don't want to get too complicated. So
I have a question, Reza. Is this the ChatGPT 5 that you're using? Is this subscription based or is it the free version?
I'm using Pro version, I think Plus version.
Okay.
I think I highly encourage you to use paid version, because
Yes.
I heard that the free version, your data may contribute on their training, but paid version they don't.
So it's more private. It's more secure.
More secure. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. So any question? So
I think I have one quick question. Would you mind elaborating a little bit on the instructions section up there on the top right?
So instruction section is more of a very summary of, for example, you create a project. This project about your company. So give a summary of, very high level summary of your business, for example, a high summary of the project.
Yep, that's awesome.
I grabbed this from our LinkedIn, actually, I think.
Yeah.
So
one of the really cool things about instructions as well is that you can give it specific prompts. So for example, let's say you want everything, the ChatGPT to only reply to you in Spanish. You can tell it, hey, only reply in Spanish in the instructions, and it will only get back to you in Spanish. So it's like, gives you overall instructions.
amazing.
That's great, Thor. Thank you so much. And by the way, everyone who's on the call, I'd like to introduce Thor. He is one of our new GNet employees here, and nice to have you here, and thank you for your input.
Nice to be here.
Okay.
Right. So let's go some of the practical. Again, I maybe use day-to-day basis. I use these tools to do contract reviews, rate sheet analysis, invoice analysis. Let's do that. I mean, why we talk. So let me go.
Yeah, I like the hands-on. I think that helps a lot.
So I created some. I don't want to disclose financial information. Rate sheet or invoice, right? So this is invoice. I can say, please review and analyze. See, attached. Come on. Invoice.
There's also a speaker version, right? So if you don't want to type it, you can speak into it. So yeah.
I like to do that. I mean, a good segue. And also find me the red flags. Let's see. Yeah, I talked it here, and then rest I talked it right. So okay, do that. So do you like do invoice analysis? Especially you maybe get large invoice. Okay. So while this is doing, again, you can do on a contract, you can do rate sheet. Sometimes even I do it myself. So I create, let's say, contract and let's say participation agreement. I do, before I send it to my contract, I imagine that I put my client's hat saying, I received this participation agreement from Grid Technology, please review and then let me know if there is something I need to change. So I work from the other side. So it give me the clue, say, hey, if something is right or not right. So again, so it does all the analytics. So again, you can do on the financial, you can do on legal papers, you can ask them to write. Again, once again, create these projects, provide content, provide context, right? Okay. So this is, I use the tools I use a lot, especially reviewing legal and marketing. I like to show you something that I use a lot. And recently, I used to use a good GPT image generation. Yesterday, Google released something called Nano Banana. So they released this yesterday. So this is an amazing tool. And they said this is going to be killing the Photoshop. And then it's really amazing. Let me show you some of the things. So imagine that, let me go here. So upload a photo. So imagine that I have this car. This is my car. It is not a stock photo. You see something on background, right? So grab that saying, please remove all objects from background. Right, background, let's see. And it is fast, to be honest. If you go to do on GPT, sort of OpenAI or ChatGPT, it takes much longer. It usually takes 3 to 5 seconds, you know. So
Of course, when you're when you're demoing it, it's going to take longer, but there you go.
So removed. Okay, so I don't like that. Please add airport private jet in background. Okay, so you can run it, and then once we're done, then you can say, hey, upload your logo. Say, hey, embed this logo in the top left, and then now here we go, right? So it does pretty decent job. So you can upload logo, and maybe again, you create some of these marketing materials. If you want to create brochures and send a marketing campaign, you can start with some of this, the feature they added, right? Any question?
I think that's very impressive. I mean, that's such a useful tool. So for example, when you're looking to fill out your GNet Connect profile and you want to have something really nice, well, this tool is super helpful because you can create something as wonderful as that and have your logo on it, whatever it is, and apply it, right?
Absolutely, yes. Okay, Doc. So that's, again, there are lots of tools. Let me see, did I miss something? Rate sheet, marketing, image enhancement, content. Again, use these tools now. We don't go to, I think I'm going to search engine less and less every day. We use AI tools because the AI tools also using search engines, right? So you can, when you want to find something, most recent news, for example, they go search and come back with the results, right? All right, let's go talk about some of the GNet related AI tools we did. So we recently, I would say, recently introduced something called Smart Agent. So we are using, again, large language models. So that helps the automation. So in case you have lots of inbound free text, either in email or Excel sheet, PDF files, free text like this, and you want to turn it to the reservation, or maybe even you can you want to send this to your partner saying, hey, Acme Limo, can you give me a price code? So you can do that as well. So let me show that. So this is, imagine that you receive email like this. Hey, Reza, can you please provide a code from, I need a ride from Beverly Hill Hotel to LAX Airport at Terminal 7, United Airlines, UA, like number of passengers. So imagine you receive a similar code request. You can come here. What all you need to do is forward to this smart agent. Need airport drop off, and imagine that you receive that. So all you need to do, forward it to that agent.
Is the agent, is it an email that they send it to? An email address?
Email. That's the email. You forward it. So behind that email, there is an agent, right? So, okay, let me see. No. Let's wait few. Where are you going? It should come up in a couple of seconds. All right. Things are a little bit slow. Here we go. Your code is ready. So I forwarded that. So what it does, that agent parse that and change it to the structured data. And then, hey, because I said I prefer SUV, although I have 2 passengers. So then the code is ready. So when you click here, You have an opportunity that in case the agent missed something, now you have opportunity to edit that. Although it was at because I said 6 p.m. Friday, I think the 29th is Friday. So you can change the time, passenger count is right, address is right. So Alex, hey, maybe the last name is Smith, for example, right? So passenger email, trip duration, you can all pull that. Then either you can say import. What it does, imports, it's gonna drop this reservation on your system, your backend system. And that's why I'm saying automation, that it's gonna eliminate, you don't need to go hire agents to read the emails, and this is like a increase the automation, right?
So that's a that's a big time and cost saver as well.
Right.
To have a human do that would take a lot longer, but this does it pretty much automatically and drops in the reservation electronically. So if you're, yeah.
So this agent, if there is attachment, you can send this PDF attachment image. If someone has written this in a paper and take a photo, you can do that. It also ingests the manifest. Let's say you have Excel of 10 rides, 10 legs. You can attach it and send it. Boom, it creates 10 reservations. Yeah. Automation.
Does anyone have any questions about that? I know, Brian, if I'm not mistaken, this is something that was of interest to you. And I believe, am I wrong?
Yeah, I think Brian tried that. So we did that, and there was a very interesting use case that it was email was saying, please pick up my wife from my house and take it to airport, and she's going to Denver. So first we need to find who is my and who is
Who is my wife? And where is my house?
Yeah, where is my house? So these test cases, again, even human cannot handle that until they know the context, right? Who's the sender, right? So
is there one general email that everyone can just email if they want their reservation summarized and imported?
yes. I think the best way is to, again, we try all the permutations. There are lots of templates. I think if you're in real world, you're receiving emails, just forward to that agent to see how capable is that.
Okay.
So
what was that email again?
Okay, self at, I put it here, ai.grd.net.
Awesome.
I'll put on the.
Yeah, put it in the chat feature. So this is a feature that's available on our Connect portal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think back to your quote, Tor, if let's say a customer is asking something and before you forward, maybe you put some corrections. Say, hey, when we say my wife says Ashley. So if you know the Ashley, right? So you help AI, right?
Right. Provide as much information as you have.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Perfect.
Okay. Right.
Thank you. Anyone, any questions before we move to the next topic?
Okay,
Wow.
so the next topic I like to, which we added is on GNet, is the document management and how we use AI. If I come to Connect, here we go. So if I already logged in, so if I come to my dashboard, so then we can go to the documents section, and then we can upload our documents. Documents such as certificate of insurance, airport permits, and even some case we upload the driver license of our drivers, because if we want to share this with our partner, high VIP, I say, right? So they need to get to know the driver license of the drivers. Then you can upload driver license and share with your specific partners. So we allow that. So what we do in terms of the AI, let me add a document. Come on. Sorry. Okay, I would get certificate of insurance. Okay, certificate of insurance. So I can set the security level to all the GNet member or my partners only. So let me save it. Come on, my internet is slow. I think I'm sharing. Didn't save. Come on.
Always the case when you're doing a
Yeah,
live demo.
something is
things
laggy,
don't-
right?
Yeah.
Certificate of insurance. Certificate of insurance, my partner. Must be unique. Oh, I already added. I would say 2.
So if you already had one certificate of
It
insurance
doesn't,
and you duplicate, it warns you and lets you know you need to change something. Okay.
Let me refresh that. Yeah, I don't know what is happening. Yeah, my internet is. I want to search one more time. Sorry, guys. Anyway, so the idea is that let me log in with different accounts. So I think maybe that will help. Connect. Okay, on this account, dashboard, documents. So I uploaded airport permits, and I uploaded the certificate of insurance, proof of insurance. So what does AI does? So we can say verify. It scans the document, and then gets the metadata in terms of the document number, issue date, expiration date. So the AI scans either PDF attached images and then Word documents and extract all the critical information. Who is the issuer, who's issued to, all of them, right? So we use that AI to scan the documents. And then second part is that let's say you have I would say 20 documents. Let's say you have 20 documents. Now you can chat with your documents. Say, do I have a certificate of insurance? Insurance, and what is the coverage, right? And again, you can do chat, say, what is the expiration date? So imagine that you have lots of big documents. Imagine that you have contracts. You can ask, do I have a contract? So here we go, we find it. And then, yeah, I find the certificate of insurance. Do I also check if I have airport permit, right? So when it finds the documents, so it tells which document is that, right? Okay, good. Class B TCP. All right. Yeah, we use that the AI for document verification and also chat with documents.
Also, don't we have a feature where once the AI has scanned the document that you've uploaded and verified whatever information it's capable of verifying? Let's say you have a certificate of insurance that's expiring in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you're a busy operator and you're not keeping track and you don't want it to lapse. You'll get a notification that your certificate is about to expire. So
Right.
it gives you a heads up to keep you compliant, yes?
Yeah, it keeps track of the expiration, exactly. So if there is a document about to expire, we send the notification 2 weeks in advance saying, hey, this certificate is about to expire. Yeah, you can do all of this.
Okay, perfect.
Let me go to, what else we do in terms of the AI. Let me go to documentation. So we also use AI for search and chat. So meaning that if I come to connect, sorry, not Costco, connect, there we go, search. So if you're trying to find a partner, so we have advanced search, you can search in a free text saying, I'm looking for wedding service near Scotland, and I'm looking for minibus, coach, vans, and they also looking for a security service, right? So you can write your query in natural language, and then we index all the profiles, and then like a large language, we call the what's the name, vector databases. So if that's why we encourage you guys complete your profile. If someone is looking for a service on your market, then we can bring the results. So let's do that. Wedding service near London with minibus. So we use again large language model and parsing, and we are using vector databases to find an index.
And you can be as specific as you want with your request for the search.
Yeah, exactly. So these are London operators. So, and then again, by putting this information on their profile, we're going to help to refine more results.
Mhm.
I think this is good enough. I talked too much, I guess. AI didn't help me on that.
No, that was very informative, Reza. Thank you so much. So it's time to open up for questions. Does anyone have any questions on any of the topics that were covered, or any questions in general? Team is here to help out, so let us know. No questions?
I have a question. This is Amir.
Hey, Amir. Nice to hear you.
Could a ChatGPT account that for the operators help them with analyzing their own business costs and overheads? Is it good? Is it there yet to be able to, like, you can get help from ChatGPT to see, hey, this is the business we're in, this is our overheads, this is what we're doing. And, I know it's better to have a private account and not use a public account to do this.
Yes.
Don't use the free account because you're giving up information that you don't want to, but your private account, if you have a paid account, I hear, it keeps your data secure. So you can share information like this with it, right?
Correct. The answer is yes. They can use frontier models, either Claude, Gemini, or GPT. I encourage, don't use free version, use paid version. And then they are private. They don't use that data for their training. Also, although they mentioned that they have something called Railguard. So if you put sensitive information, they immediately don't participate in any of. They have that Railguards because they don't want to get sued, right? But
Do they warn you if you put something you shouldn't, or do they say what is the
They don't warn
Railguard?
you, but behind the scene they don't use it for their training.
I see.
Okay. And then I know, for example, Claude from Anthropic, you can connect your Google Drive, you can connect Microsoft One, you can connect your Gmail. So in case you're chatting with you in the cloud, you want to refer something on your email or your Google Drive, so they have access to. Again, those are private; they don't use it, but don't use it with caution, right? Don't say Reza told me I'm going to share, so don't take it from me, right? But Amir, back to you. Yeah, I think the new models, they are capable of analyzing your business. Once again, give a context, saying who you are, where are you doing, what is your wages, put more data and ask them to analyze.
Nice.
But that's
Well,
one of the areas of pain sometimes with some of the companies that get started in the industry. not knowing really what their cost and overheads are, and cash flow becomes an issue, etc. Right?
Right. Exactly.
That's very helpful. I think personally, and I don't know, I'll open this up for others to input, but one of the tools I found through AI, which was very helpful for me, is I get God knows how many emails every single day. And maybe a week goes by and I suddenly look at my notes. I'm like, oh my God, I need to find the email that so-and-so sent me. And instead of having to search my entire email, look at the date, I mean, it's just overwhelming. Well, I've got a Gemini feature on my email, on my Gmail, and I'll just click on it and I'll say, can you find the email I received from Thor in August, talking about, I don't know, XYZ, and it'll find it for me. So that's a huge time saver on a daily basis for me, is just little things like that. So everything from small help to big help, AI is quite capable. And I just get so excited every time I find a new use for it. So does anyone have anything that they've used AI for that's impressed them, or that they think they would like to share so it helps other people? Mercia, go ahead, unmute yourself and ask away.
Hey guys, this is Mircea with Ecolimo in Chicago. Hey
Mercia,
Reza.
sorry.
Yeah, just wanna give you guys my take on. Reza was spot on you know most of the stuff, all of the stuff that he mentioned about the AI and how you guys use that. I've been using AI since its inception, so I use it every day. And similar to Reza's experience, I rarely go on Google anymore. Now, we do have to understand that even this morning I read an article about the fact that GPT is, and I think Claude as well, and yeah, at least Claude, they use Google data to give you the answers. So it's not really different data. It's the same data. They are scraping Google's content and serving it to you based on the dialogue, right? So it's just a different way to display and format that data, which is better for the consumer, but it's the same data. I did want to say something else about using the AI. There is a warning that I want to add to this discussion. Don't give it full control. In what sense? Keep something for yourself, because it's so easy to get lost and ask every single question, even basic stuff, to ask it when why is that? Because you need to let your brain work too. If you farm out everything to ChatGPT, then no, and this is true, they see this already happening, right? So because it's so easy to get the answer, you stop thinking. So this is my caution, and I'm guilty of it too, because it's so easy to just type something and then it will give you the answer right away, rather than, oh, let me think about this for a second. Oh, I know this. No, now I type everything in, and and I use ChatGPT, not Gemini or Claude, or yeah. So that would be my my 2 cents on this discussion. And something else on the ChatGPT Plus. I'm not sure if it's available on the free version of not, but if you start using it extensively, you will realize that even under a project, right, you can have different notes, different the way you structure it. There is a limit, right, a token limit, how much you can put in that chat. Reza knows about this, yes. So a workaround is, inside of a project, you have the first chat, right? There is a function where you can create canvases. That's what I'm using it for, right? You can create unlimited canvases for a certain chat. So think of that, right? So you have one project, and then that project would be the chat, basically. So you name your chat whatever, project one, and then you create unlimited canvases, and you don't have to, process everything into that chat to fill it up. And what are you going to do after that? Because yeah, it's a pain because you kind of have to start something else on a different chat. And so just to keep things simple, try to use the canvases associated with each chat. With that said, there are many other things, and I know Reza knows all these, that he didn't have time to get into all the details, but it's the content, is the context that you put in, but also the directives. The directives are so important to tell ChatGPT or whatever agent you are using how to behave, who he is, what hat to wear. Give him many hats. You are the CEO, you are the marketing manager, you are the dispatcher, you are all of them. And then give it a project, and he's gonna do it just based on the hats that he's wearing. So the directives are very important, and just to kind of get go a step even further for the ones that are really using it to the max, there are certain directives that you can give it to cross sync with other chats, other canvases, automate us the cross syncing. So as soon as you put more information in, it will audit the present information, and it will model whatever project you are working on based on the new information. So this is a little more advanced, I would say. I'm not sure how many people use this function, but if you get to that level, you can automate everything to the point where you don't need to update every single canvas or every single chat, because it's cross updating by itself. So basically you put an automation on the AI, which is amazing. So yeah, that's my my take on that, on the
Thank
AI.
you, Nietzsche, coming for my rescue. I was not sure I was not sure you're a robot, or it looks like you're legend.
No, thank you. Thank you for adding to the conversation.
Hi, guys.
Fabulous. We have a couple of raised hands. The first one is Drew. So Drew, go ahead, unmute yourself and ask away.
Love it, love it. I actually have some stuff to share. So I used to work in operations in the good old limo industry, and I love automation. So like, especially for like chauffeur error reports, the different things that people in dispatch had to fill out, and I wanted to make things to where they would send emails or do whatever. I just put in the chat 3 names to automation companies that I'm sure a lot of y'all have heard of. Zapier has probably the best marketing. I personally use N8N, but if y'all are the tech savvy ones, or if you have someone in operations, I highly suggest just making an account for them and just saying, hey, good luck. It's that easy to be able to do really cool things like, like connecting a Google form to ChatGPT, and then have it send an email to someone. And like, it's almost hard to explain because it's so open-ended. There are so many random things you can do. Like, for example, I have a buddy who runs a gym in Orange County, and he had me make a flow for him where it takes an RSS feed of news and then about fitness, and then it sends it to a Google sheet and then writes all those things down. And then it sends it to ChatGPT to make a video script. And then it sends it to a video generation tool to make an avatar video. And then it saves that to Google Drive. Like, all of this stuff isn't that difficult. So for anyone that's wanting to like automate stuff within their operation, it's super easy. So it's really just the creativity of the flows that you're wanting to make, but the integrations with different AI models is super easy. And then that's when, like, so if you give it to someone in your org that is pretty tech savvy, like, they can go from one day using form integrations and just Google Drive things to eventually like integrating an AI agent that will help respond to your dispatchers or something like that. So just some blanket info about automation there.
That's wonderful, Drew. Thank you so much for sharing that. Very informative. I'm going to quickly, because we're running out of time. I see Todd. Hi, Todd. You've raised your hand. Go ahead. You're next.
Hi, I'll keep it really short. Thank you, Reza. Super interesting discussion. And Murka and Drew, great contributions, I think. I just wanted to add, picking up on what Reza was saying about using, or I think you introduced it, Yasmin, about using the voice to interface with ChatGPT. there's kind of a whole world of integration between voice and AI that lend themselves to all kinds of interesting use cases. One that we've developed on our side is an AI that listens to an incoming sales call, and it creates the order for the sales leader just based on what was stated, and then sends that order over to them. So that's just the iceberg. I know we're out of time, so I won't cases, but there are quite a few use cases out there, and there's a really interesting world to explore. So I just encourage everybody to be open and find the technology that you think is going to be useful to your business needs at a given time. Thanks again, Yasmin. Thank you, Reza.
Of course. Thank you, Todd. It was a little choppy on the audio, but I think everyone pretty much understood what you were saying. So thank you for your share. Reza, your hand is raised. Go ahead.
I'm going to make it quick too. First of all, thank you, and Drew and Todd. I think it's maybe we should set up another hands-on on AI, and specifically on the marketing and operation, how we can utilize that, because they touch base very important topics, and then really hands-on helping, hey, when we create email campaign or marketing campaign or whatever. So, and I think it deserves yet another workshop for this.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
I think
Would love to participate.
I think just to make it more efficient, if that's what you want to do next with the marketing campaign, maybe record one, do it offline, create it, record it, and just present it. It might be better, I guess. I don't know.
That's a good suggestion. Thank you,
Yeah,
Mircea.
we can do that, and then a follow-up session if there's a Q&A. Hey, I didn't get that piece, for example.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, it looks like we're almost out of time. I'm just going to check. I think there's a chat. Maybe that's a question. Drew says, Drew has written, NN makes Zapier 3 different tools for automation and can work with all different AI LLM models. Thank you, Drew. All right, so in conclusion, I want to, as always, thank everyone for making the time to be here. We try very hard here to bring sessions that discuss topics.
I think, Yasmin? I think we lost Yasmin, right?
Yeah.
I think we might have.
Tor, you want to take over?
Yeah, Reza, just kind of like the last two things that we had one quick question here in the chat, which was if you could share the link to the AI Studio. And I think it would be really good if we also put into the link the email so that people can give it a shot themselves and see how the integration works with Connect.
Yeah, we chatted AI Studio self at ai.gr.
I put it already there.
Fantastic. This is the email that a smart agent, we call a smart agent. I'll put the YouTube link, scary YouTube link. What is that? Called AI 2027, which is quite entertaining.
Perfect. Thank you, Reza. And so for everyone, take a look at that, take a screenshot, copy that real quick, because when you leave the chat, then that is just going to be gone. Or rather, we could even send them a quick email after the call to test those key information. Okay. Awesome.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone, for coming.